Hi, everyone. Um, Thank you for taking some time on your Sunday to come learn about what we're doing with Saviour Organization. Um, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Um, my name is Tether. I went to Hotchkiss with Saviour, and we were very close friends all 4 years. I then continued on to Connecticut College, where I played club soccer, and I'm now living in Colorado and working as an environmental consultant. Um, Currently with Saviour Organization, I'm acting as the secretary, and I was so honored when Saviour looped me in to this and gave me the chance to help him pursue this passion. So to put what we're doing in context, um, we have this little video to show where we're currently working. So the school that we have built is in Ghana, um, up in the eastern region, and that is the area where Saviour and Seydou grew up, and they, as kids, noticed the lack of schooling opportunities. And currently, the school that we have built is in the far east area in a town called Yabrago. So we will learn a little bit more as we go through this about what we've done so far.
Yeah, Tether, thank you for the intro. I'm really excited to be able to share with you guys and welcome again. As Tether mentioned, my name is Saviour. I'm originally from Ghana, and together with my friend Seydou, we co-founded this organization. So the first picture, as you can see, it's a kid with a kid on a bike with the dad, and that is a reflection of myself when I was a kid. So growing up in Yabrago, where I was born, there was no opportunities for me to pursue something better for my future, and so that forced my parents to take me on a bike on a regular to school, which was like about an hour away. So in total, my dad would make a 4-hour trip, dropping me off and picking me up, and the challenge was it was very challenging, especially in the rainy seasons due to poor road conditions. And so by the age of 5 was when my parents made the decision to send me away to live with a family that was closer to the school. But even with that, I still had to walk. While I was at this new home, I realized I had a talent in soccer, and that was my way out of my situation. And though it's tough to say whether or not these kids have talent, you can't really conclude that without giving them the opportunities. So for me, while I was at this home, soccer was something that I used to get out of my situation. And luckily, I was able to receive a full scholarship to attend a soccer academy, which Seydou and some of us on the call played at. The academy was Right to Dream, which was about 24 hours away by bus from my home to the new academy that I was at. And that was where I was exposed to different opportunities, including a scholarship to prep school in Connecticut where Tether and I met. And so after a lengthy reflection of my journey, I realized, there's a lot of kids out there that are in similar situation, if not worse. And so as part of my reflection, I thought, it's time to do something to give back. And so with this nonprofit, it's just something that we are doing out of passion. And if you can look at the last picture, here's a reflection of me from going to school on a bike early in the morning to now being MBA graduate from the University of Delaware after pursuing a master's in business analytics. And so all those reflections makes it worthwhile looking back and trying to find ways to help and provide opportunities for these kids to realize their potential. And the third picture is when I was recently home, I had the chance to interact with the kids. I played with them, and you could just see that they're full of life, they're full of excitement, and they're full of talent. It's just a matter of someone realizing their talent and trying to provide opportunities that can help them flourish. So this is just a quick brief of my life from when I was a little boy to me standing here as an MBA graduate in pursuit of full jobs in the future.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tada. Thank you, Saviour. Thank you all for taking the time out of your Sunday to learn about what we do. My name is Seydou Shamsuddin. I'm a co-founder of Saviour Organization. Um, uh, like reflecting back on how we started, I always think about the power of friendship. Saviour and I, we've been friends like pretty much my whole life, going through the academy, coming to the US on the same day, and ended up going to the same master's program. It's been quite um fulfilling to see how much an idea started in high school has brought us this far. So um, Sylvia and I were recruited into Retrogen at the same time, and then we came to the US at the same time. He went to Hotchkiss. I went to Canterbury School, and then growing up in Ghana, we both had similar situations growing up, not having a lot of um, you know educational opportunities until we got to Retrogen. So we were a little bit behind in terms of how much we could grasp. So when we got the opportunity to attend prep schools, we always thought about giving back to our communities. We didn't know how we are gonna do it. We just had the idea. So one day I was just sleeping in my bed. I can't ever Savior called me. It's like what can we do? We were like, okay, we can start a tournament when we go back. So I remember my junior year when I went back home for the first time in 3 years, I organized a tournament. Savior helped me plan all of it. So we knew that whenever we go back, we were gonna use soccer as a way to bring people together. But the more we talked about it, we're thinking about how much can we do something sustainable? How deeper can we get? So I think we kept thinking about ideas of how to go about it. We kept organizing tournaments whenever we went back home in Ghana. But then I think it was my junior year of college when we brought up with the idea of Savior Organization. And then we did our research on because we knew the challenges we faced, but to be able to address those challenges, we knew we had to dig deeper and do a little bit of research, and then that would take me into the next slide. And then we thought about the root causes of the lack of child education, like the lack of funding and lack of attention for child education where we grew up. There's a big disparity in the southern part of Ghana and the northern part of Ghana in a lot of areas, including education, healthcare, infrastructure. So when we did our research, like there's only 30% of children in rural Ghana that are enrolled in school. And comparing the age where kids enrolled in school is 12 to 15 in the rural areas of Ghana compared to the US 4 to 6. So for me, for example, Xavier can also speak for himself, and I'm sure it's similar experiences. When I got to Canterbury, I was very behind in terms of how much I could grasp. I mean, Retrogen did a good job of preparing me, but I was a little behind with, reading and articulating and talking for people to understand what I was saying. So this is because we enrolled in school in a very like, later ages compared to, being in the US 4 to 6. So it's quicker to grasp concepts and grow as a student than we did. Um, and then when we're thinking about what the best way to possibly create something that could be sustainable and start developing kids and giving them opportunities that we did not have, we thought about establishing a school project. We didn't have the resources, we just had the idea. We started doing a little bit of a peer-to-peer crowdfunding, a little bit of it coming out from our pockets. And then the older we got, the more research we did on how to go about it. And then if you can see on the map, you can see that the availability of educational facilities infrastructure from the rural, the urban areas of Ghana and in the rural areas of Ghana. You can see the percentages, which is quite shocking. And then we thought we can start somewhere small. Um, and that's how we created Saviour Organization as a school project to start bridging that gap.
Um, just to touch on one little thing here, Heather, if you can stay in the same page, please. One thing I want you to stay or put your attention to is the 35%. Now, the reason why that number is that low is because for me, at least my parents had the power to take me to school on a bike. And at that age, if your parents cannot afford to take you or to transport you from your home to school, that means you have to walk. And by walking, these areas, the condition is not great, so it can be dangerous. And so that's why that number is low, because if your parents cannot, that means you have to wait till you're old enough to be able to walk the distance. That's also why the average age is between 12 and 15, when in the US and other parts of the world is between 4 and 6. So statistically, it's very disheartening to see how low the enrollment percentage is, and then how late people in rural communities in Ghana enrolled in school.
Yeah, and then the how we started Saviour Organization, we had to come up with a strategy because this is a vision we have that we're gonna keep looking to implement in communities around the north. So this is the strategy that we came up with. We did our research, we knew the areas that needed growth, but again we didn't just want to go into a community and start like implementing our ideas without talking to the people itself. So we started off by talking to the local community members, and then from there we took their feedback, and then with with the research we did, we assessed the problem, and then we found a solution, which was to create a school project. So their issues that they raised was that kids were traveling. The schools were far away. It was hard for kids to get to get to school. So we knew, okay, the best solution will be to bring the school to the kids. So that was the solution we came up with, and then we fundraised. Again, we did a lot of peer-to-peer fundraising, a lot of crowdfunding, trying to get as much as we can. And then we implement our solution. So now the school have been running for a year, or a little bit over a year now, and then we've been refining and trying to find better solutions for the school project while we're learning and moving forward. And I think that's why it's great to get in contact with people that care about childhood education. We welcome any advisory, any feedback on how to go about this. We're still young entrepreneurs trying to grow this. Um, yeah. So. And then just to go in depth into internally what we do. So we have a Montessori and kindergarten sort of a curriculum, because um, when Xavier and I reflected back on what we liked growing up, we didn't have visual learning. It's easier to grab stuff as a kid when you play with a lot of toys, play with like educational material. So we knew blending the Montessori curriculum and the kindergarten curriculum will be best for the kids. We're still learning about what the best curriculum is it for the kids, because the older they get, we would have to transition them into the Ghanaian private school system. We're still trying to decide how we want that to look in their transitional program. But they're little kids. We want them to have fun in terms of visually learning stuff and grasping it. And then we kind of there's a little bit of an older group and a younger group. So the older group kind of follows a kindergarten format, and then the younger kids kind of follow a Montessori program. And then we have a nutrition program, which it's very important to what we're doing, because the kids tend to come to school when we feed them. So I think in a longer term aspect, we knew in about a year, if the kids keep coming to school knowing they're gonna get fed, compared to being at home and helping out on their parents' farm, and their parents are more inclined to send the kids to school knowing their kids are gonna get fed. We knew the longer we can have them in the system, the easier they might, grasp the concept and enjoy education. And I think that's one way. We're still trying to get their family, get the community involved into the importance of education. And then we have a teacher training program where we have a supervisor that supervises our teachers. I think we want to invest more. The more resources we get, we want to invest into our teachers. I think one of the reasons why the northern part is so lacking is the teacher retention rates. There's not really a lot of resources and infrastructure, so teachers usually don't want to move to the rural areas of Ghana to teach. So that's another program. So we thought um, recruiting our teachers and then teaching them and training them could be one way, you know, could be one way to benefit our students, and could be one way to also um, help them, keep growing as teachers as well. And then we integrate recreational sports. The kids play soccer, play at the local games. I know in the US, like growing up, people do hide and seek and other sort of playful stuff. So that's why we integrate with the kids a lot of Ghanaian traditional games and then soccer, just to keep teaching them leadership skills and stuff. Yeah.
I just wanted to, I'd just like to make a quick point here. The whole purpose of this video is just to provide perspective on where we started, what we've done, and the direction we are going. You can see we started off with just one pole, and then now we have a full block building, which is secure enough to keep the kids safe. I mean, we started without chairs, no uniforms, nothing like that, and now we've made that progress to it. This is just to give you a quick overview of the progress that we've made since we started this program, and it's been a little over a year. So
Sorry, the video would not let me go to the next slide. There you go. So as Saviour mentioned, this is just a little bit over a year. The initial meetings with community members were held in January of 2023, and then by March, there were students in the classroom. Currently, there are 53 students that are enrolled, so a lot of growth in the last year. We have 2 full-time teachers and a supervisor, and at the school, there are currently 2 classrooms, and recently we've built a bathroom as well. We're registered as a Ghanaian nonprofit, and with that, we have gotten a lot of support from the community. The land where the school is located was donated from community members, as well as a lot of the food that we're providing to the kids was from a community donation. And within the US, we're working on the 501c3 application process to be a recognized nonprofit here as well. You're muted, Saviour.
sorry. So in terms of our projects, we have 3 key areas that we would want to really develop in the next couple of months. We are hoping to potentially accomplish this by the end of the year. And like Tether mentioned in the previous slide, we have 53 kids now. Some of the kids are developing at different rates, and we want to make sure we are accommodating them to continue that speed. And in order to do that, we have to be able to add another classroom where we can split and then put the kids based on their level or their rate of development. So we, at the moment, we started building an additional classroom, and we've spent in total, it was going to cost us around $2,000, and we've spent $250 and already laid down the foundation. Now we just need 1,750 to be able to complete it. And also building an additional classroom is where the teachers can have full control, the teachers can have direct engagement and get to really know the kids, and then the kids can also get to really know each other and about the material that they're learning. So this is one area that we really need to get done in the next couple of months. And then the second place is the dining and kitchen area. At the moment, it's just been my mom cooking from our home kitchen, which is supposed to be for 3 people, but somehow she's making it work for 53 kids. And so we want to make sure that we build a kitchen and a dining space where these kids can eat, can sit down, have a refreshing meal, and also give the people cooking and a good space to be able to keep everything, to be able to prepare the food more efficiently. And then that would also give us absolute control on the kind of nutrition we want to program to help these kids. And so the budget that we came up with is going to cost us $3,500. And as Tether mentioned in the previous page, we have built a bathroom with 2 separate areas, male and female. So after completing the bathroom, we noticed that the place where we're going to get the water from is a little bit complicated. And one of the ways people or community members get water is by physically pumping the water out. And so after a deep research, we figured, constructing a modern day water system where we can power the water from the current location into tanks like you can see on the slide that would contain all the water. And when we can also power it into the school system, that would go into the restroom as well as the kitchen once we build it. And that would also give the community members an easy way to access of water, because when you have a tap system, you can just go and turn it on and then fill your water and then you walk away. And also the key thing about this is if we are unable to help create this modern day water system, these kids that we are helping grow, once they grow and try to help their parents get water, they would also have to go and manually pump this water out. But if we can come up with the ability to create this water system, it would help alleviate the pressure on kids from our school as well as kids from the community. And so this is one way that we want to do, one of the things that we want to do to help provide our support for the community's engagement as well as power the community, power the school that would help us run the school efficiently. And that would cost us $1,500.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining here today. So excited to be able to share this project and the mission with you all. I'm the treasurer for Saviour Organization. I help with fundraising and organizing our capital. I'm Alana. I currently work at Goldman Sachs, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about how I got involved on a personal level. Yes. So let's just give a little bit of backstory. Saviour was touching on how this organization is super new and everything kind of came together within a number of months. And so I found out about it through an Instagram post, actually, kind of giving an update on the school. And it was actually right after I went on a safari with my family. And it was a really cool project, nothing I've ever seen, from the US, especially being run by young kids like myself who just have a dream and are making that possible. And so when I got onboarded to join the organization's mission, we had the classroom set up. We had 50 kids around that. We had the two teachers, and we were missing benches and chairs for the kids to learn. They were all just sitting on the ground, which is, it gets the job done, but obviously not the most comfortable for kids that want to be taken seriously in a school environment. So with a mere $800 that I rallied my personal community with, we were able to donate desks and chairs for the students. And so that's just an example of just a small contribution that you can make, just to make the environment a lot more fortunate for the students. And then another project that I was involved in was the bathroom project. And I'm really looking forward to, getting that wrapped up with the water source included. I think that it's a great way to turn a school into just a community hub, providing the fact that people will be coming from all around to get water from our pipes. I think it's a great way to bond both the students and the parents and other community members, and just provide that wellness from both an educational and just a general well-being perspective. So those are just kind of two ways that I've been involved from a fundraising perspective. But some other ideas that we've kind of started running with is exactly how Saviour mentioned on the last slide, funding a project. That was really, a great way to own and have ownership over next steps. We will mention that we are hosting an auction, which is, upcoming in the later months. And so just stay tuned for that, where we're auctioning off soccer jerseys of talented youth. Sponsoring a child is something that is really exciting for us. It's a way to, make a connection at the individual level and kind of see how much your donation can be worth just for an individual child. And then to make that more regularly is to donate on an annual or monthly basis at the amount that you feel most comfortable. And all of these ways are super effective in just, providing support for an organization that is doing great things on a global level and impacting real lives.
Yeah, thank you, Elena. Just to sort of echo on what she's saying, and I think it's important to acknowledge what how much she's contributed to us, and the fact that she knew about this through Instagram. And the next thing is her finding a financial way to support us and help fund some of these projects. It's just something that I want to emphasize on the transparency with what we do with the funding that we get. And Elena can testify to it. We take whatever we say and then we actually put it into action. And the little table, the example of cost of operation is just a little perspective to give you a little perspective on how much how far a little can go. For example, $20 is, yeah, it's money, but it's not a lot of money in the sense that someone can only just spend $20 getting a pack of gum. But $20 goes a long way in a different currency like the Ghana cities, which can feed a kid for a month. So this is one way to, like, get involved. And then also $30, that's how much we are currently paying each teacher. And yeah, it's not a lot of money, but also if you convert it into Ghana cities, it goes a long way and it makes a huge difference. And so if you were looking at how much it will cost per child in a year, it's around $300. And then to pay the teachers, like on the monthly basis for a year, it's going to cost around $447. So this was just to give you perspective on how little the dollar might sound, but how far it can go and how much of an impact it can make.
And there's other ways to get involved, not just financially. We are still, since we're in the process of becoming a 501c3, we're still looking for ways to the legalities of having a nonprofit. So we welcome any advice or expertise in that area of nonprofit laws. And then since we're also in the process of kind of solidifying our curriculum and what's best for the kids, we're welcoming anyone that has knowledge or specialties in curriculum building and childhood education. And then again, education advisor, anyone that could help solidify what we do and could help direct us, we welcome as well.
Next, we have a short video so that you guys can hear a little bit from the teachers and the kids who are currently in the school.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Mbila Lucy from Yabragu in the Timpani district. I am 30 years old.
What does working for Saviour Organization mean to you?
It means teaching the children and also educating them and helping them to understand about themselves and also educating them to know about their future. I'm happy being in Saviour Organization because I myself also learn many things from the school. I I'm happy being there because it is a place of entertainment, of playing games and other activities, and also helping the children to become somebody in future. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Anawina Augustina. I am from Yabrago and I am 25 years old. Thank you.
What does working for Saviour Organization mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means me being able to guide the kids to become what they want to be in future, or to become important person in future. And working in Saviour Organization is a place whereby I myself and the kids, we learn together as an organization. I learn from the kids and the kids also learn from me, which will help me and also help the kids to become what they want to be in future. Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Vera.
How old are you?
I am 6 years old.
What is your favorite food?
The food I like best is rice and stew.
Where are you from?
I come from Yabrau.
What is your name?
My name is Zuma Lucius.
How old are you?
I am 6 years old.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is football.
Where are you from?
I come from Yabrago.
Koyore.
Awa.
Man tumbo. Kafunya kadamse man nam tingbang kanga sol ma funya dan wala te fa.
Now, fine, this man, this is popular on Canada. I find this man, this man, but in this year, if you have a saw, or Baba, you are sorry, or my own, I'm sorry. Bandazi in the Bumbana Musa, but I was to get a man and none that I am going to bang at the Namusa. This a banda, I see him in the Bayon Jacket, and the ministers of our master.
Thank you for supporting Saviour Organization.
So if you are interested in participating in the auction, I can show you where to find all of that information. If you go into our website, savior.o.org, there is a donation page down here. And currently we are working with Venmo donations. You can Venmo Savior_O to make your donation. And then for the auction, that link will be posted in our blog here. And Savior, do you want to talk through this auction page a little bit?
Yeah. So this is just a little blurb of what the funding is going to go towards if we auction these jerseys. And if you can just scroll down, please. So fortunately, we've been able to create a connection with the GOAT group. So GOAT is basically like a retail company that sells a whole lot of fashion products, like designer clothing as well. And they are one of the biggest sponsors for Paris Saint-Germain in Paris in France. And Paris Saint-Germain is one of the biggest leagues in one of the biggest teams in France. And they have a player who was part of the 2018 World Cup squad for France that won the World Cup. And so through a conversation with GOAT, they were able to get us a signed jersey of Ousmane Dembele, which we were really excited about. So we would have his jersey as part of the auction. We also have, if you go to the item number 2, it's Ima Chumasi, who is also a Right to Dream alum. He went to Connecticut, he went to Kent, and then later went to Wake Forest before getting drafted by the FC Dallas team. And Ima has been like an example to us. He's one of the older guys. He's always taking care of myself and Seidu ever since we met him at the academy and coming to the US as well. And so he was nice enough and he really believes in what we are doing. So he gave us a signed jersey, which is what we are going to include, which is what is included in the auction. And the third person is Usaini, who is our age mate. We were in the same generation with Usaini, and we are just a year older than him. And we've been good friends ever since we met at the academy. And he's a Millbrook alum and went to Stanford. And after 2 seasons, he got drafted, and he was the number 8th overall pick in the 2022 draft. And Husseini is now with San Jose Earthquakes in California, but he recently just got loaned out to a team in another team in California. So he offered us his signed jersey, and the fourth person is Shaq, who is one of our youngest brothers from the academy. He is about 3 to 4 years younger than us, and he was recently drafted by Orlando City. He was the second overall pick in the 2023 MLS draft from Duke University. And this is just the most powerful thing about this is the fact that these guys were in similar situations as some of us, and now they're combining education and soccer and making a huge impact in the world for themselves and their families and their communities as well. So I think having these guys offer us their jerseys was really significant to us, and we're really grateful for that. So these are all exciting items, professional jerseys, soccer-wise, that you can bid for. And then the last one is we got an anonymous Travis Scott um, um, Nike Air Force One. Someone that was their way of contributing to us. So it's a size 10. I believe it's unisex. And so if you want to rock some style, you can obviously bid for it. But yeah, we're really excited about this auction. And I think Elena might have made a slight error when she was talking about the date. The auction will actually go live after this event, but we haven't decided when we'll close it, but it would go live after this event. So this is just the initiative that or one of our fundraising strategies that we want to incorporate. And Tether, if you can go back 2 slides, please. Yeah, so if you can go the ways to get involved, sorry, slide 14. Yes. So just like Elena talked about and I also talked about, these are our ways. So you can either fund a project, which is what I talked about, the 3 projects, the bathroom, the dining, and then the water system. And then you can also participate in the pro sign jersey. I'm sure a lot of us might know someone that is a soccer fan. Obviously that would go a long way to make that person happy. So definitely participate in that and share it with your friends and family as well. And then sponsor a child is one of our ways that we ask people to get involved and then become a monthly or annual donor. So those are like our monetary ways of getting people to get involved. Yeah, you can go to the last. Yeah.
So Sadhu and Saviour, anything else to close out this meeting?
Yeah, again, we just want to say a huge thank you to all of you for joining. I hope that what we shared have inspired you in one way or another, and we hope that you can continue to support us in any way possible. And if you have any questions, we can open the room for a few questions. We can open the room for feedback. And again, like Tether said, if you feel inspired and you want to be part of our, if you want to support us in any way, be if especially in a monetary way, you just have to go on the website, go to the donate button. There's no direct donation there, but we accept Venmo, and you can also email us. And if you want to go through the check route, if you want to have further conversations to learn more about an individual project that you are willing to sponsor to, we are willing to have that conversation with you as well. And again, just a huge thank you for everyone who tuned in this afternoon to hear and listen to what we have to share with you guys. Sadhu?
Good.
Yeah, so if you have questions or feedback that you want to, you're more than welcome to, or if you also want to have a separate conversation, we are hoping we hope to have that with you as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate you taking some time to hear about all of this. And feel free to share share the website link around or share the information about the auction. We would love any support within your networks.